Hey, 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 welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and just sit back and enjoy yourself. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Right now, we're going to do a ClairTarot reading for Leo for the first half of July 2019. If you're not already aware, Soul does not do Gregorian calendars or linear time, so this might be applicable at a different point in your journey than strictly the first half of July. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get you some cards. Also for your cross watchers. One more shuffle. Hi, Pam. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Deb. Hello, Mystic Mermaid. All right. I didn't realize this was still on. All right. So, Leos. Okay, this is like a Leo card. Focus on the light. All eyes are on you right now, Leo. People are watching. What are you going to decide? What are you going to do? You have to focus on the light. You have both light and dark, just like everyone else. Right now, you're being asked by your soul to focus mainly on the light. I think with all of the shifting of energies, Leos in general have been somewhat immersed in a little bit of dark, which is part of the shadow work. It's not that you're dark or evil. It's just part of the shadow work. And now I think you've done enough shadow work, whether it's conscious or not. You've done enough shadow work that you're kind of inundated by dark energy, dark thoughts, dark moods. Doesn't mean you're evil. Doesn't mean you're secretly demonic. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means now is time for you to consciously shift it back to the light. Okay? It's spirituality, your spiritual journey is not about only embracing and acknowledging light. That's the most retarded thing I have ever heard of. Bubbles and light and light and light and light. Like, just be quiet. Stop talking to me about that. It frustrates me because you need both light and dark. You have both within you for a reason. And ignoring your parts doesn't do anything but make your journey much harder. You have to put more effort into balancing. So right now, you're being reminded it's okay to be immersed in that darkness as long as you remember to leave that darkness when you're done learning from it. Going back towards the light so you can be balanced again. You don't want to stay in one end of one specific polar region of your plane of existence. You want to be able to swing between both poles, or else you're going to be imbalanced. Okay. So card number 43, come to life. Look at that. Between the cracks are growth. So Leo, not everything is black and white. Okay. This is telling me that for some time now, you've been existing in a state of black and white, again, with that light and that dark. The growth comes in the spaces in between the two. You're not meant to just stay on one tile or another. You also have to focus on the spaces in between. That's where the new growth occurs. And, it seems like you're also needing to paint your life with something a little bit sweeter. You're burning yourself out, whether it be because of an excessive amount of focus on spiritual work and development, or an excessive amount of focus on work, school, whatever it is. You haven't been balancing it. It seems like that's the theme of your energy right now, that you're not balanced. If you exist in center, I'm sorry. If you exist in center, you're naturally balanced. You don't have to try. So center yourself in the cracks, okay? Center yourself there and allow yourself to grow. Card number 41, bring it into form. Now, you've been going back and forth, back and forth. If you look at the way the legs are painted, I mean, in comparison to the feet, are they moving forwards? Are they moving backwards? Are their legs broken? You know, if you don't really know where you're headed, how are you ever going to understand what you need to do to get there? So you have to bring it into form. You have to really go through with the thoughts instead of just partial thought, partial thought, partial thought. That there's so many wild critters out here, you guys. I can hear them talking. There's lizards over there, and they're curious what I'm doing. All right. But you have to do more than just think of an idea and then think of another idea and then think of another idea. You have to follow through, okay? Completely follow through. I'm told to give you guys an answer. So in your mind, ask the question that's weighing most heavily. And this card, I'm told 2 cards. No, 3 cards. Well, that's about the whole deck, boo-boo. 3 cards. There's only like 10 cards. Okay, hold on. So ask the question in your mind, whatever's weighing heaviest. And we're going to give you some answers. Okay. Just stick it back in the bag. All right. So here are your answers. You're going in the right direction. Let go. And yes. So some of you might have been like, let go? Yes, let go. So those are your answers. You're going in the right direction. Let go. And yes. 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 Let's get to your kitty cards. All right. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Look at that. Oops. Look at that. So you have, ooh, you got a flush. That's what you got. 8 of clubs. Both strong and delicate. You're both strong and delicate. You don't have to be one or the other. Just like with the light and the dark, you're both. With the white and the black, you're both. Okay, let's put this there. Card number 2. You're a trailblazer. You're facing fear. And honestly, I think you're afraid of falling into the cracks, falling through the cracks. That's the silliest thing. You could never, ever be forgotten. You're a freaking Leo. You're all up in the spotlight. People constantly watching you. Queen of clubs. Stealth. Precision. And I mean, that's like another indicator to me that you should be existing in the cracks. What's more stealthy than traveling through the cracks? No one's paying attention to the cracks. Everyone's trying to avoid the cracks. Let's get you a card from... I don't want to do shit talking cards. All right. Your soul asked for this deck, which is... I don't know what y'all are up to, but now I had to pull out the Kaka talking deck. Let's go ahead and see what's going to be said. All right, Leo. What is it that Leo needs to know? Please do share with us. You don't got to throw cards at me. Jeez Louise. Just tell me stop shuffling. Don't be throwing stuff. Okay. You're needing to do a little bit more introspection, okay? The Hierophant card, and I don't read the tarot cards by their tarot definitions. I read it by what my soul tells me, hence the ClairTarot. With this, you're getting messages from your higher self. Some of you haven't been listening, okay? Some of you have been hearing these messages, receiving the messages either through song, through number, random graphics, random conversations you're having with strangers, and it's a little too synchronistic for you. And so you're just dismissing it. Stop doing that. You have to allow yourself permission to accept that you are actually being spoken to by your higher self, by soul. Now, the moon card, these conversations that your soul is having with you, it's somewhat hidden. Okay. It's not too in your face obvious. That's why you're like, no, it can't be. It can't be. That's fine, because it can be. Your soul is absolutely speaking to you. A lot of things happen in the shadow of the moon. Now, you are confused. Yeah, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Upside down or not? So you think everything is right side up, but in actuality, it's upside down. Okay. You come from the sun. This means as you're existing in the darkness, your main cup is being emptied. And that's okay as long as you recognize the emptying is a precursor for filling, for refilling. But if you don't, then that leaves you in a state of mind that's really going to make you feel like, why am I being punished? Why do I keep messing up? All of this negative stuff. And this is your energy, the Son of Swords. You can handle anything that's thrown at you. You're charismatic. You're very, very powerful. You can handle all of this. You just choose not to right now. And that's okay too. Sometimes you need a little bit of quiet time. Sometimes what you need is to just let that Hierophant part come in. Okay, where the messages come in, you kind of just sit quietly, more like a hermit, and process. Allow yourself to process. You don't do that often enough. Some Leos do, but most of you guys don't. You guys live a more fast-paced life. Not necessarily go, 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 but your thoughts are more go, go, go. I don't know if you guys know this, but turkeys can fly. Something big just flew overhead. Turkeys can fly. That's why I'm all freaked out, okay? I've seen them perched on that fence like they're little freaking bluebirds, chickadees, big ass chickadees. I don't know. Something big just flew overhead though. And they can fly to the second story roof. I've seen it at the other house. I'm just saying. Had me all cussing in Spanish. Órale pues. Why are you flying up there? That ain't your house, Holmes. Go up the hill where you belong, you wild bird. All right, let me just quit before it actually calls them here. So, all right. Card number 42, Dance of the Divine Feminine. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. How can your feet bear to sit still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arc your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You are made to move and grow, to love and flow, even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestrations of love. You may feel unsettled, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch to see it. Is it moving? Of course, it's hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine? I have an audience. What up, dude? I told you I'm going live. Why are you here? I need privacy as I read to people. I still see you there. Go. Go. And don't throw things at me when you leave. Leave me a feather, though. I still see you. Go. I still see you. He just went behind the bush. He's still there. Anyways, this oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it's being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your shirt is over your head, or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys and wallets dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood rushing to your head, and goodness knows you just want to be put down to have a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling while inspired by the music of the spheres. Now, one of your cards, it's this one. See, because y'all don't listen, your soul talks about it again. You don't know if you're upside down, right side up, upside down, right. You don't know light from dark. You need both, okay? You need both. You're going to be turned all around, and that's part of your growth. That's a part of your growth. You're going to be okay. You'll get through it. Just breathe. All right, Leo? Just breathe. Kind of like I do when I see turkeys. All right. So if this resonated with you, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Turn on that notification bell and join me every single time I'm live. Come back in a few minutes. I'm going to be doing a reading for, where are we at? Virgo. Virgo, are you ready? Are you? That bird is getting ready to throw things at me. He's thrown things at me before. Okay, we play. We can play. I will talk to you guys in a few minutes. You see this? Okay. I did not come out here unarmed. I don't want to throw my crystal. I'm just joking, bird. Don't be throwing stuff at me. We're going to have problems if you do. Bye, guys.